bring you good news from the United States. Within 1 month of taking office, President Obama secured $80 billion U.S. for renewable energy and green infrastructure. And then just 2 weeks ago, the House of Representatives passed the Waxman-Markey bill, which, for all of its flaws, does put a price on carbon and is very much a step in the right direction. It achieves real reductions below the 1990 base level by 2020. And that is the threshold that many have said, including many in China, is the threshold that will dramatically increase the prospects for success. But it is the awareness itself that will drive the change. And one of the ways it will drive the change is through global governance and global agreements. But the many business leaders who have been present here are among those taking leadership in other ways. We talked, for example, about, we heard this morning about efficiency, and Jerry made that point very well. We waste so much energy that if we really put our minds to the implementation of a determined, focused, persistent, sustained effort to eliminate these wasteful practices, then we would not need the new power generation at anything like the levels that are now being discussed today. There are some very simple steps that could be taken. We should avoid transforming energy from one form to another as much as we do. When natural gas is used to make electricity, and then the electricity is used to create heat in the stove, that's two transformations. And an enormous amount of that energy is lost. We heard about buildings today. You know, there are now some countries with forward-looking building codes that are requiring in the future zero carbon buildings. And it's not just a question of habits that grew up in an era of cheap energy that encouraged wastefulness. It is, again, a question of consciousness and awareness. Are we serious about addressing this or not? We heard about deforestation. We haven't heard very much in the international community about soil. There are between 3 and 4.5 times as many tons of carbon in soils, down to a depth of 1 meter, than there are in all the vegetation in the world. Twice as much carbon in the first meter of soil than is presently in the atmosphere. The yields in Ethiopia are common throughout sub-Saharan Africa. Why? Well, they don't use enough fertilizer. In developed countries, we use way too much artificial nitrogen fertilizer, but they don't have enough. Far more importantly, their soils have been degraded. They have less than 1/10 the amount of carbon in the soil that is considered the threshold for fertile growing of crops. Now, it took almost 10 years to reach a conceptual framework that would marry the problem of deforestation to the problem of industrial emissions. We cannot allow it to take that long to include soil carbon.